Hello, everyone. This is your guy, Only One Lone Paintball Podcast. And here I have my guy, Sax. Is
Hello.
that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
No, this is actually the topic. Welcome to the world of Airsoft. So, wow, I'm really doing an Airsoft topic. It's crazy. I would never thought that because it's paintball, but I said, you know what, let me try it. Airsoft. I do want to get to know the Airsoft industry. I feel like Airsoft is definitely dope, but let's give it a try. And now we're here. Just made it happen.
Exactly.
But man, before we get started, man, I definitely want you to introduce yourself. Because your call sign, you go by Sax. You
Yeah.
know, why is that? Where'd that come from?
Uh, phew, Way back when I was like in middle school or something, because
Okay.
it's based off my real name. So my nickname in middle school and high school was Saggy, but I don't like people. I don't like it when strangers call me that. So I just
Yeah.
shortened it up. Just went with Sags and pretty much stuck. It's been my nickname. It's my call sign. I'm just
Nice.
Sags.
Yeah, it sounds like a dope name. I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like something you play in a movie, or something like that, an action movie, one of them soldier movies. Like it sounds dope though. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely does, man. I'm like, wow, okay, but I'm surprised that the story is what it is. But it's great.
Yeah. No
But
deep meaning. Just an easier way to go for people to call me.
nice, nice. So how long you been playing airsoft?
Um, about a year and a half now.
Okay, so you're really new to it. Sad, can you hear me? Hold on, everyone. We'll wait till he come back. Might have froze for a second. Could be the internet. Who knows? So yeah, this is definitely your guy, only one Lone Wolf Paintball Podcast. We are here. We are definitely here, man. I love doing podcasts. I love meeting new people. I love the opportunity to meet different industries as well. It's pretty dope. All right, he just lagged out for a second. I'm pretty sure he'll be back. Come right back on. Um, so he should be joining any minute. Other than that, man, how's everyone doing? Feel free to also ask questions in the comments. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have questions about this topic tonight. Um, let's keep it going. Definitely shout out to my guys. One's with K, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and PA. Shout out to all the MagFest teams out there in East Coast. I'm gonna say all over because we're all dope. Shout out to the whole paintball field, the whole paintball industry, paintball community. Period. Shout out to all you guys. You guys are dope as well. Even the airsoft, man. Shout out to airsoft. Airsoft is definitely a good industry as well. They've been growing for years. Um, I've seen some dope videos that I can't wait to have discussions about with Sags. This one video I shared with him earlier, told him it was pretty dope, man. Like how they just be having all these different places like hospitals, towns, different cities, um, even a church they use, to do airsoft in. So I really can't wait to have this discussion with him. Furthermore, like I said, definitely feel free to ask me questions. This will be a dope podcast, and we're going to come back on. It should be on by any minute now. Yeah, I hate when connection like this happen, man. It sucks. It always happen when it's about to be a great podcast. Oh, real quick. So I'm in the process of working on my shirts now. As you can see, I have one on. This is me actually. This MagFed, I believe it was July 2nd, OTP meetup. Um, so right now, I'm in the process of working on my shirts. I will have further more information as well, and we will continue on building the community as always, and just striving for bigger and better things. So I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of this topic. Right now, we're back with my guy Sags.
All right. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I think one of my RAM sticks just died, but we're gonna go on my phone for now till that gets figured out.
Nice, nice. Yeah, man. So one of the questions I have for you, um, so I know Airsoft is a pretty dope industry, and you say you've been only playing for a year, right?
A year and a half. Yeah.
Year and a half. Okay. How was that experience, man? Like, walk me through just the mindset of an Airsoft player. Period.
Um, I think in the way that airsoft is going to be different from paintball in the mindset sense is that people want the more realistic gun experience.
Yeah.
So the airsoft guns are generally one-to-one replicas most of the time. There's some goofy things here and there, but most of the time you're out there, you're like, oh, I want this one because it's like I like the gun in real life. I want to see what it's like holding on to it, running it, and stuff like that. Um, But there are different mindsets that airsofters do have. You have the milsim side and you have the open play side. So the open play, you have um, the more casuals. Like I said, they come out, they're more there for like, oh, I'm going with some friends and they're for stress relief. They just have a good time.
Yeah.
While the milsimers, they're like more like your mag fed. So they'll
Okay.
run ops and such like that off of op orders and things like that. And they're more for like the military kind of feel for it.
Nice. Wow. Um, I'm not gonna lie. I have seen a lot of nice content in the Airsoft. Definitely a lot of videos all
Mm-hmm.
over. Um, and the fields is dope. But I think one of the best videos I seen was the video where they had rescued a hostage in a plane. I
Mm-hmm.
think that was the dopest one I ever seen because it looked realistic. These guys were throwing like frag grenades.
Yeah.
Um, they was moving like a unit. They had a plan. Uh, Even the enemies, that was in a plane, the fact how they also had a plan as well. So it was pretty dope, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I feel like in MagFed, I feel like in MagFed, because we also have times where we play hostage, rescue
Mm-hmm.
hostage, stuff like that. And, sometimes it's hard to get that hostage. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
It's hard. So the fact that these guys made that work in Airsoft and the fact that they had a timer, I believe the timer was maybe 15 minutes, maybe 20.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact how they moved that fast and how they trained for that was dope.
Yeah.
Um,
So it was probably like more like a milsim hostage situation.
yeah,
Yeah. Like you'll see a major difference if like you ever came out between like hostage in open play and
yeah,
hostage in like a milsim situation. Like it is very different fields of play
mm,
for that.
yeah. Um, I know for okay, so I know you guys wear sometimes you guys will wear sometimes the guys wear goggles, right?
I'm here, sorry.
All right. Sometimes you guys wear goggles, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you guys just wear the face expression, something like that. Um,
Hmm.
Forget what that's called. And also sometimes you guys wear the paintball mask. Or
Hmm.
sometimes they just wear like just the glasses, period.
Yep.
Um, how is that? Why is that? Because sometimes you guys can get shot hard. Like I seen one dude, I think he just had glasses on, and he got shot right here in his mouth, and
hmm
he was like bleeding pretty bad.
Um, it's just a personal preference thing, honestly. Like I run usually just glasses myself. I've noticed it more in the summer. I usually wear a balaclava, so I cover my whole face and then just have glasses, so that way it softens the impact on my face. It still hurts, but it's not like one of those face masks or dye masks or something like that that
Yeah,
some people opt to wear. But it's really just a personal preference thing. Like if you don't like getting shot in the face, recommend bringing something to cover your full face. But some people just don't like having the restrictions of having something completely like covering themselves because sometimes it makes it harder to aim. It just feels uncomfortable to move around with it. Doesn't sit properly. So that's why I wear the glasses. Um, I'll just have something on my face just to soften the impact, like a ball cloud, like I said, just so it doesn't
yeah.
hurt as much. But it's still gonna hurt getting shot in the face.
How does the pain feel? 'Cause I know when playing paintball, you get shot with a first strike, which is um first strike.
hmm
And I know they hurt. I mean, I got shot in the head a few times, probably about 2 or 3 times with a first strike. And man,
hmm
that thing put me on my ass probably twice. But I know for an airsoft, you guys have plastic BBs.
hmm
So when getting shot with that, like, how's that hurt? Like, how do you feel when you get shot by that?
Um, I would say the answer is more complicated than you would think because uh, with an airsoft gun, there's many things that can determine how hard a BB is actually leaving the barrel. Because I
Yeah,
know for paintball, you guys generally don't at all chrono for joules. So with airsoft, we chrono for joules because we have different BB weights that you can run.
right,
So how fast that BB and what weight you're using determines, I guess, the general level of pain that you're going to feel. It also depends, obviously, how close or farther away from you because it's a plastic BB. So the further away you are, it's not going to carry as much momentum as it will. You might feel it, you might not feel it at all. It really
right.
just depends. Yeah, but up close, on average, it'll sting a bit for maybe 30 seconds to a minute or so. You'll still feel like a little bit of pain afterwards if you like touch it and stuff. But when your adrenaline's going, the pain kind of just goes away after a while.
Nice. Yeah, I know in paintball you get shot. This is about maybe, I don't know. I think it depends on you, but I know sometimes
Yeah,
it goes away in 10 seconds, sometimes 15 seconds. Um,
exactly.
Sometimes less than that. Honestly, I've been shot a few times and I didn't even. I felt
You
it.
didn't even feel it. Yeah,
Then after a while, you don't feel it. It's like you get shot. All right, I got shot. I'm out. Cool.
yeah. The adrenaline's going. Sometimes you're just shrugging off hits.
Mm. Yeah, that's kind of amazing for me. That actually amazes me sometimes because I've seen people get shot close quarter, and for some reason, some feel it and some don't feel it. But I think it also depends on your marker as well.
hmm
'Cause some people shoot for auto, some guys just go nuts personally, up close, even with a shield. I've seen people get shot behind the shield, and it was like, man, it hurt, or man, that was like crazy shot. Especially them headshots. They are vicious.
Yeah, because your first strikes are way heavier than our BBs.
Yeah, but you guys chrono at what 280, right?
What, FPS? No, not at all.
Wow.
Like I said, it depends on like the amount of joules, but let's just say standard what we chrono at the field that I work at. It's 1.5 for all riflemen, 1.5 joules. So if you're using a 0.25 BB, that's about 360
Mm,
feet per second.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely different.
Yeah.
Well, probably because it's smaller.
Yeah.
I can see why it's smaller. It's definitely smaller and it's plastic. So I could see why. I know paintball, first strike's just definitely 280. Um, round ball, same thing. So that makes
Hmm.
sense. I've never been to no field that chrono way past that. But I did hear that there was an event a few months ago. The EMR, I think event. I think they had chrono for 300. Probably the highest I ever heard.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's kind
So
of
with
surprised me
that,
too.
you just turn like a knob on the tank, and it'll increase the amount of pressure that goes into
Well,
the shot.
you turn the knob on a gun, so whatever is
Oh,
at on
okay,
the
yeah,
gun,
yeah,
and it kind of depends what you got. Like MG 100, you can do it under the tank, like where the tank is at. You can
yeah.
you can turn you can tune it right there. Um, T15, you can tune it kind of like on the side, and it just all depends on the marker, honestly.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
because
depends on the marker.
we have high pressurized air guns. So are those? So let me restart with this. So there's generally three types of airsoft guns you're going to come across: the AEGs, which are electronic guns.
Yeah.
You have gas, so they'll run off of like CO2, green gas, propane, and then you have HPA, which is high pressurized air. So with high pressurized air, we actually use paintball tanks, and
Yeah.
we'll hook them up to a regulator, which will be then hooked up to a line, which will run into the bottom, generally the pistol grip of the gun, and then the gun will feed off using the air, and it'll shoot high
Mm.
pressurized air using the tank.
Interesting. So how often do you actually run that if you was to run that?
What, HPA?
Yeah.
Some people swear by it. They'll run it every chance they get. I mean, I wouldn't recommend using it for like a milsim event just because that's extra weight on yourself that you don't really need to be carrying around if you don't have to. But for open play, I see no reason why not to. I actually just HPA'd my LMG recently, so excited to try
Mm.
that out the next time I'm out of the field.
Nice. Dope. Um, my next question for you.
Hmm.
How can airsoft translate to real firearms?
Um, for the longer range engagements, doesn't really correlate that well. Because A, you're shooting a plastic BB, and
Yeah.
that can be easily dodged at longer ranges just because, again, the BB is not carrying the same amount of momentum
Right.
as it when it first leaves the barrel. So, unless you can dodge a bullet in real life, uh, not very well. But for CQB, it's definitely a different story because the gun is shooting at a higher velocity, which means you're definitely going to get hit. So, I would say for CQB tactical training,
Yeah.
it can correlate pretty well. But for outfield, longer range engagements, your tactics are going to be definitely very different than
Mm.
standard engagements.
Mm. Yeah, because I remember watching this video. I think it was maybe a year or two ago. By the guy T-Rex, the guy that does a lot of videos on different guns, different people.
Mhm.
He just he's amazing with it. Honestly, I haven't watched his videos probably a couple months now, but I remember watching a video where he had an airsofter out there, and the airsofter was doing it for years. Never had no type of military background, no police background, but the way he just like learned that fast from airsoft
Mhm.
to translate the firearms. It made me think like, man, this dude learned. Like he's a pretty fast learner. I mean, he was on point with a lot of things. And the crazy part is, he looked at. Well, he kept saying he thought he was slow, but he was fast. I mean, this dude, like, he put a pistol off so fast and shot. He thought he was slow on it, but it only took him 3 seconds. That was amazing. That was like, wow. And the fact that he messed up one time and still got it right, a lot of people was like, man, we couldn't even do that if it was our first time.
Yeah.
So And he was just like, "Well, I just train. I just learn. I just watch videos and I train. I do airsoft for a living." So that's what
Yeah.
made me kind of think about like, damn, like can airsoft or paintball really translate into real firearms? But I
Um,
look at the technician part.
yeah, like I said before, like the airsoft guns are generally one-to-one replicas. So if you
Yeah,
want to use your airsoft gun as like a base platform for like cutting corners, cutting the pie,
yeah,
just finding better ways to hold angles, stuff like that,
yeah, yeah.
there's no problem with that.
Okay.
Because some of these airsoft guns, they'll be around like maybe even like 2 pounds lighter than the actual firearm counterpart. Because my RPK, which is my LMG, RPK 16, it's full metal, full stamped metal, and it only weighs fully loaded 2 pounds less than an actual RPK 16. So
Wow.
it's pretty heavy. It's like around 10 pounds there. I think the normal counterpart usually runs around 12 to 13 pounds. And there'll be some dudes running around with 24-pound LMGs out in the field. I've seen them quite a bit. So
Wow. Really?
yeah, full size PKPs, M60s, all of that. They'll run around with them.
I don't know how you can
24
do that.
pounds. I don't know how they do it, but
Yeah, I can't do that. I mean, I probably
no.
could, but that's dragging it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's definitely dragging it. I mean,
Yep.
I can't see myself doing that, especially in the heat. No way. No way.
Just this Saturday, it was like what, 103 degrees? Still brought
Yeah,
it. He still
I
had it.
couldn't do it. I went to the beach Sunday, so there's no way I'm doing that if I'm playing. I couldn't. I'm just being real with you. It to me is dangerous. But hey, some people is just crazy like that.
They're just built different.
Hey, there you go. They built different. You're right. They are built. I'm not built. They built. So yeah. Um, my next question. So as an airsofter, your character. You know, I'm big on character when it
Mhm.
comes to speaking on this. So one of my favorite quotes is, um, "Character defines on the days where you don't feel like doing what you once said you would do, long after you do it." So your character on the field, as you know, as like you said, as your call sign name, Sack. Um, how does that character defines you on the field and off the field?
Off the field, I'm generally easygoing, approachable. If you need help with anything, I'm usually there to help. I would say that's true for most of my team. My team is generally a very friendly group of people. We're very approachable. We've helped several newer players, helped several rentals out on the field. We try to integrate them into us so that way they have a good time playing airsoft. We're very about team tactics. So we'll try. Well, I wouldn't say we try. We definitely work together as a team. Whenever we're all out there, we'll have radios going, stuff like that. So um, yeah, off the field, I'm very approachable, easygoing. On the field, um, I'm kind of a hard ass. So I try to like I said, I'm a support guy, so I run LMG.
Yeah,
And when I don't see people making the best use of what I'm doing,
yeah,
it irritates me a little bit because what I do, I suppress like LMGs. You offer suppressive fire.
yeah.
And that what that gives it gives you opportunities, the other
You give
squads, to do
you give
something with
coverage.
it.
Yeah,
You know
definitely
exactly.
understand
But
that.
then I see people standing right next to me, just
Mm,
with me. I'm like, look, I'm offering you cover and fire. You got to move up. You
yeah,
got to do something with it.
yeah,
But yeah, so I can get pretty hard on that case. But other than that, again, easy going. I like to have fun. That's what we're there for on the weekend. I don't really tolerate cheating, and this comes from me as a ref too, because I have a bit of the best of both worlds on that one.
yeah,
Um, but again, it's not cheating is a different topic completely, but
yeah,
we try to minimize as much as possible. Team has to be honest. You got to be an honest player when you're playing. So one thing about airsoft is player integrity. If you're not calling your hits, you're ruining it for everybody else.
Exactly. Wow, that's just amazing. So when you come to the terms team, you're a team player, and
Mm-hmm.
your job and duty is always to lay down cover fire. Your job duty is to make sure that your team get to that bunker or get to that side while
Exactly.
you're laying down that fire. How is that for you, man? I know a lot of people struggle with that. I'm not gonna lie. I remember a point in my life I struggled with that before I became a leader. I was really big on getting my guys over there and just covering them. But at some
Mm-hmm.
point, you know, we have to take charge, and I'm pretty sure you've probably been in a situation where you just took charge.
More often than not, yeah. Because as the LMG, you, like I said before, like the people sit behind you. It's just like, all right, it's time for me to step up and start telling these guys that they need to start moving up. Because
Yeah,
otherwise, I'm wasting my own ammo
exactly.
trying to suppress people for them to move up. Because
Yeah,
I'm a support.
yeah,
I'm not assault. That's not what I do. I sit back. I lay suppressive fire.
yeah, yeah. I know exactly where you're coming from, man. It sometimes can be a pain. Um, I stopped doing it after a while. I'm not gonna lie. I'm more of a leader now. I lead more than cover fire. I send guys to cover fire, but I'm big on leading. I'm big on front line. I'm big on being the first
Mm-hmm.
person in front and being the last person in the back when it's time to do everything you gotta do. I'm big on
Yep.
that. I'm always been that kind of guy. I know working with team can sometimes be difficult, but because you got
100%.
some people that will rock with you, and you have some
Mm-hmm.
people that won't rock with you. Like
Yep.
they'll say, "Yo, I got your back," and the whole time they're nowhere to be found. So it just might be either two or three guys that's down, and the rest just might fall back somewhere and just stay in a fight or just go somewhere else.
Yep.
So for you, how do you take that? How do you go by that?
Um, at some point when you realize that you're like by yourself or you're only with a few other people, you just kind of got to round them up and make them, either you make best of what you got, or if you're by yourself, you go find other people. Because as the LNG, you're not really making use. Or I mean, sometimes if you want to get a cheeky angle, and start laying down fire, in some way that the enemy can't see, make best use of the team, fine. But without comms, like radios or something like that, to let other people know
Yeah,
that's what you're doing,
yeah.
they're generally left out to dry. So unless you're running radios and stuff, you're in contact with a lot of people. It's best just to be with other people you're within earshot. You can hear them. They can hear you. All the orders are coming out. Nobody's having a communication problem.
I know comms can be difficult. I can vouch for
Mhm.
comms. I have difficult time at comms. I'm not gonna lie about that. There have been times where the cord might have ripped. I dropped my comm somewhere. I lost connection. Like stuff like that happens. Whatever,
Yep.
battery dies, whatever. But yeah. Um, all right. How big are you on trust
Hmm.
when it comes to teammates?
But
How big are you with trust?
I feel like if we're all on the same page, if we all have each other's back, then we're all good. You know, if if you expect someone to be there and they're not there, it's kind of disappointing.
I was about to say, because people can say, I got your back, brother," but
Yeah,
then turn
exactly, but
around
and they're
and
not there.
there's no trust. Like, what happened?
Yeah,
I got shot,
yeah,
and now you're nowhere to be found. Like, I know how that is.
yeah.
Like,
Like I know there's some cases. It's funny sometimes. Like, oh, I thought you had my back. It's like, yo, I got taken out before you did. Like some guy came up, flanked me, and because the dead man can't talk.
yeah.
So how are you supposed to know that the guy that got your back got taken out? He's dead. He's gone.
I mean,
Sometimes
I
shit like
have
that happens.
I have seen guys run back. I've seen guys run back, and when they run back, they get themselves killed by friendly fire. or the other team is just coming towards them and they're just throwing all kind of shots at you. Like
Mm-hmm.
for example, I've been in this one fight where there actually was 7 guys in front of me. You know, and I can tell 2 of them or 3 of them, I can say, only had a pistol. They was done with the revolver. I mean, with their rifle.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them was just laying on fire. You could tell who it was, but they were so open about it, like their hair was sticking out. And I remember it was only me and another guy. He runs off, and me, I have my MG100 with my box. So I quickly reloaded, and I just started spraying everybody who was in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I turned around, he was gone, and I just kept pushing. I'm like, I'm moving forward. But the whole time, I thought he was behind me, watching my six, because God forbid, you know, what if I didn't have no ammo? What if I only had 2 magazines and all 7 of them decided, yo, let's push them and take out whoever, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and I'm just left by myself and you're nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So it's just a weird situation sometimes. Like I expect people to be about their word when it comes to really being on the field because I'm big on trust. You know, I'm big on
Yeah.
communication. Um, it's a huge difference on the field. I know it is.
Yeah. 100%.
You know,
Talk
and
is talk, but in
yeah.
practice, it's very different.
One thing about me, I look at your character. You know, I look at people's characters. Like, you know, all right. So for me, I go by lone wolf, but I'm never alone on the field. But
Mm-hmm.
there is times where I can be alone in the field and I still get the job done. I know some say, "Oh man, when you're alone, you die alone." You know, you don't make it. You don't make it out. That's not true. I've been in situations where I was forced to be alone, and I got the job done.
Yep.
But I know some characters out there on the field where, you know, their character don't match up to their style of play. If that makes sense to you.
Yeah. I can definitely understand that bit. Like, there will be people who have call signs that imply that they move fast, hit hard, and then they'll just kind of be behind you doing whatever the hell. And I'm like, is this you? Is is this who
Yeah,
you are?
yeah, yeah. And that's the whole point of this. Like, that's the whole point. Like, you know, I mean, I don't come at people like that. I don't come to nobody at all. But I try to understand where you're coming from. Like, dude, that's your cosign name. You need to really live by that character. You know,
Yeah,
that's what you go by. That's the name that was given to you, or even you gave yourself that name, or you was born with that name. You need to really be in your character.
hmm
Like we need that character out on the field. And I always tell people, man, your character really define who you are on that field and off the field. You
yep,
know, like talk is cheap,
exactly.
but your actions is very expensive.
hmm
So uh, it depends. Like I said, it depends on the character. But I'm big on character. I feel like people should definitely understand it, understand their character more.
Not wrong about that. Like, you'll, I'm sure it's the same way with paintball, but you'll
Yeah,
see some characters, man, and some of them just rub you the wrong way, and you just got to deal with it because they're on your team.
yeah,
But
yeah,
like, and just because I have a lot of friends who they've been teaching me stuff about airsoft guns and stuff like that from when I first started, and
yeah.
then you'll start recognizing some guns just based off of the way they look, the way they sound, and performance.
Right.
So you see the guy whose gun doesn't really shoot that hard, that fast, that far, sitting in the
Yeah,
back just popping shots at people, and you're like, yo, you're not reaching that far. Why are you all the way back here?
exactly.
Like, what's the point? Your gun isn't even reaching that far. You got to move
Mm,
up. I don't know if they're afraid to get shot, if if they don't want to get hurt. I don't know what it is, but
yeah,
if you come to play airsoft or paintball, you're coming to get hurt.
Yeah.
You gotta expect to get hurt. And if you're afraid of that, I'm sorry, this is not the sport for you.
Yeah. I think that's the problem in both sports, but not just mag fit paintball, but in both sports, a lot of people are scared to get shot. I mean, I've seen people just play back and they stay
Yep,
back there. And they're like, yo, I don't want to get shot. I'd be like, man, but what if you just snap out of it? Because the game, at the end of the day, you're coming. You came here for a reason. You know, yeah,
exactly.
we come to have fun. We come to bond with different people. But when you're on that field, like you're in that field. You know, you signed up for it. You're here now. We need
Hmm.
you. Like you
Exactly. You
need
paid to
to,
be here too,
yeah,
most of the
like
time.
you need to move out. Yeah, no, for real. Like you need to really move out. You
Yeah.
can't just be in the back. You know, I have seen guns have. I have seen people with the biggest gun. I'm talking about the Defender, the Dydan with the box. Like these guns shoot automatic. Like they come out fast. And it's like you're sitting back and you're shooting with these guns. No, get in front. I'm
Yeah.
guaranteeing you the outcome will change once you see a difference. Once you move up, the outcome will change for you. I'm sure people are going to push back once they see that and hear it, because trust me,
Exactly.
when guns spit, they spit. You know, they're not just, you don't just hear the sound, that's it. No, these guns is reaching somewhere when you hear them at the 50. That's real. I
Yep.
mean,
Like I know when you hear LMGs and airsoft, you're like, damn, I
yeah,
don't want to be on the receiving end of that. You
yeah,
know, but
yeah,
being the person doing the shooting, it feels like something. You're like,
yeah,
you feel like you're making a difference, but at the same time, like, let's go back to before, like, people don't know how to play around machine guns. They don't know that they need to move up. They don't know that they should be playing the objective with, like, if I'm suppressing something and then you move up, secure that area, I'll move up
yeah,
with you. That's how
yeah,
it's supposed to go. Like, because
yeah,
in airsoft, I don't know how it is in paintball with if you guys have but the machine guns have a minimum engagement distance. We can't get too close to somebody in for safety more often than anything, because I doubt anybody wants to get hosed with a machine gun shooting at their limit. But yeah, we have minimum engagement, so we can't get too close to begin with. So I need you to clear this out
yeah.
for me, so that way I can move up.
I mean, and paintball, I have seen guys. I mean, I have seen guys do some vicious things with the shields or grenades. Um, I've seen it, and it amazes me how some people, you know, like I said, their character plays well in the field. Sometimes the character don't play well in the field, but I have seen people. I'm talking about 6 feet for LMG and just blast you. You know, and that's kind of how it is. You know, it's either you get shot, you don't want to get shot because if you turn around, all right. So for example, let's say that two guys are in front. Now they don't know that they're like literally 60 from each other, but they're hidden somewhere. What? Let's say that one person knows him. Like, let's say one person knows that the other guy is there because he hear his gun, and also he
Mhm.
hear him yelling. The other guy's in there quiet, but if he pops out and say either surrender or get shot, that guy got two choices, and 9 out of 10, that guy is definitely going to shoot him.
Yeah.
So for me, I've been in situations like that. As a usually as a rec person, I used to before I got into MacFit, I was really big on rec. You know,
Hmm.
rec paintball. I used to let a lot of people surrender. Like, all right, I'll let you go, especially the kids. You know, different other people. But after a
Yeah.
while, I was getting shot. Like someone
Hmm.
turned around and blasted me with a whole speedball gun. I mean, 10 times. I was like, yo, you surrender. He was like, well, I didn't want to be surrendered. I tried to shoot you. So that right there changed my whole mindset. Now,
Yep.
all right, I'm shooting you. I'll give you a small little hit somewhere, but I'm shooting you now, straight up.
Yep. Yep.
And that's how
This
it is in Mecha paintball.
this goes for the ref thing. We
Yeah,
had a bang bang rule, which is basically the surrender rule. We got rid of it.
yeah,
Too
yeah,
many complaints. People, it just didn't work out. And I'm like, hey, this is back to the same rule, same thing. We come
yeah,
here to get shot. I'm
yeah,
sorry. If if you don't want to get shot, go play something else. I got rid of the bang bang rule. Haven't heard any complaints since.
yeah. Same in MagFed. They stopped doing that as well, which is great because a lot of people were complaining. Some
Yep.
people, like I said, was cheating to the point where they wouldn't get out. So now it's like, all right, we're going to take that rule out. So if it's up close and personal, you get shot, you get shot. You're going to feel it 9 out of 10. So either way, it
Yep.
is what it is. But
Exactly. When you're that close, there's no way you ain't feeling. Oh, actually,
yeah,
that is a lie. But because some people do
you're
wear
going to
the
feel it.
full plate carriers, plates and backpacks,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Sometimes they don't feel that.
Some people I have seen with plate carriers. I'm not a fan of it in paintball. I think it's kind of, well, that's just my opinion. I wouldn't do it, honestly. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but I personally wouldn't put plate carriers in MagFed because that's really a lot of weight on you unless
Hmm.
you're just training, unless you're, doing something else outside of paintball. Yeah, I don't see why not. But if you just bought it just for paintball, then I think it's a waste. And some
So
people
do
probably
you
would agree
normally
with
wear
me.
like a chest rig or something? Because you have to keep the mag somewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Like I personally wouldn't put body armor in my plate carrier.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
in
it's
airsoft,
just my opinion.
in airsoft, that's actually a pretty common thing. You'll see a lot of people with plate carriers, um, or some form of chest rig or another thing. But there are a lot of people who do run plates in
Yeah,
airsoft.
I
So,
mean,
which
how is
I
that for
mean,
them?
how is that for them?
Yeah,
In the summer it gets very hot and stuffy, but
yeah,
I would say more often than not, it's because I have plate carrier myself. I have two plate carriers and one chest rig. After a while, you don't notice. You just don't
mm,
notice that it's on. I'll probably say afterwards you're gonna be tired as hell. I can tell you that right now. You're
yeah,
definitely gonna feel it that you wore it. But when you're out there playing, when you're there from 9 to 4,
yeah.
it's on, and you ain't feeling it. It's just there. The adrenaline's going. You don't feel the weight.
I might invest into some because I actually been looking at some plate carriers. I don't know if I'm aware in paintball though, but I wouldn't mind having some, just to wear to work out or just to
Yeah.
feel the weight on it, stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I think about that. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I think about if I want to use it for paintball because that's kind of a lot, especially in the
I
in
mean,
the in the in the in the heat.
you don't have to run actual plates though. You can run trainer plates. That's what I do because I know actual plates can run up to like 200 something like
Yeah,
for a pair.
yeah.
But I run like foam trainer plates just to keep the rigidity of the plate carrier there.
Okay.
It There's barely any weight to that, and you still have a plate carrier to go with. So
Mm. Yeah. Look more into that. I got one more question for you before I wrap it up.
all right,
Um, what encouragement could you give to someone right now if they was to watch this topic, watch this podcast? What encouragement could you give someone who wants to get into airsoft, um, learn more about the sport, and how would you help them on the field and off the field if they was to go through a lot of things? Because I know both sports, airsoft and paintball, people call it therapy session. And I'm one of them
mm-hmm.
because that's what it's for. Is paintball and airsoft is really a therapy session. A lot of people go through a whole lot of things outside of both of these sports. So when they
Yep,
come,
stress relief.
it's a it's a stress release exactly. So if somebody was to go through that, how would you challenge that and how would you go about that?
So if I were to say to get someone to playing airsoft, I would say, well,
they're coming from. Let's say I'm trying to convince a paintballer. Um, it's not too different. I'm gonna be completely honest. I know that some people. It's a hot topic. Let's put it that way. That paintball and airsoft aren't anything alike, but you're still
Yeah.
shooting someone with a gun.
Yeah.
It's just airsoft. You're doing it with a plastic BB, and paintball you're doing it with a paintball. And airsoft, I don't know how high, like customizable paintball guns can get, but airsoft guns, from what I've seen, videos about modifications, what you can actually do with one,
Yeah.
insanely. You can strip an entire gun completely clean, rebuild it from the ground up, take parts from other airsoft guns, put it on something else. The builds you can get are out of this world. Like the customizability of airsoft guns is definitely something I love. Because you could turn a completely stock gun into a monster out on the field. I have plenty of friends who have done that. Just put a couple $100 in, dominate the field with the gun. Like
Wow.
I would say, compared to paintball, airsoft running time, like running cost, is probably going to be cheaper. Because say pick up an entry level gun, $200 for a higher end entry level gun. Strip it
Yeah.
clean. Obviously, you're gonna have to know the know-how, so I would just stick with an entry level gun, just $200. Run with that
Yeah.
for a little bit, see how you like it. But you can say you like the gun. I want to run it more. I want to get better. I've played for a year now. You want to take it to the next level. You can watch videos, take apart the gun, start putting other parts in, start upgrading it bit by bit. Some upgrades don't even, because there's something called the bucking in the airsoft. It's like a little
Yeah.
plastic piece.
Yeah.
Replace the barrel and bucking. Got like a few more yards for range. It's simple things like that. But as a stress reliever, it's definitely fun. The people you meet out there are very friendly. I have to say, the community is not crazy. There gonna be a few rotten apples. I'm sure that goes for everything there is.
Yeah.
But just from OTP and other local fields that I've been to, the community is definitely very welcoming. They're there to play the sport. They want you to keep playing because the more people, the merrier. You
Yeah.
know, we're all out there to have a good time. Obviously, the bad apples might ruin it here and there, but don't let that get you down. Just keep going. There's gonna be days when they're not there, and you're gonna have the time of your life.
Nice. Nice. I know you guys have some events coming up in the future for airsoft.
Yeah.
How is that still looking for you guys?
Um, for our field, we actually do have a night game on August 13th. It's going to be running from 6 to 11 after our normal open play hours. And so, what's interesting about that is we actually have tracer units which power special tracer BBs. So, when the
Yeah.
BB flies through the tracer unit, it causes the BB to glow. So, you can
Mm.
still see where you're shooting at night.
Wow.
So night games definitely very fun and definitely a different take on airsoft. Visibility very not good. So you're running off of flashlights, tracer BBs. I even know some people who bring not like actual night vision in as well.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a different side of airsoft too.
Wow. Yeah, that's sound though. I know in paintball, a few guys do have night vision. There's a one squad I do know who go by Goon Squad.
Goon
Um,
Squad, hell yeah.
yeah, but these guys, I'm not gonna lie, these guys own the night. I can vouch for that. I have seen with my own eyes. They have took over the night like it was nothing. I mean, these guys move very technical. They have a great mindset when going out there. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's real. I'm looking probably in the future myself getting night vision. Not right now, of course, kind of expensive, but later on down the
Yeah,
road,
they are.
probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tubes do cost a lot.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, in airsoft, there's also workarounds to not having nods. Like bright flashlights work perfectly fine because obviously you can even blind the person with the nods with a bright flashlight. But yeah, I would say the person with nods can definitely have the one up on somebody who doesn't.
yeah. Oh, before we shout out to my guy Mayhem, Marcus of Mayhem. This is my guy, man. Love this man. He also said we need to grow we need to glow in the dark first strike rounds. Yeah, we definitely do. I mean, I think we definitely need to upgrade on those, but for the most part, MagFed is fun. We meet great people all the time, and I know we have a event coming up next weekend, uh,
Hmm.
Warfare event. That's going to be pretty dope. It's going to be at OTP for the very first time. I've never seen OTP have a MagFed event like that, so that should be pretty dope on the east side.
Yep. I'm hoping I get to be there as well, just roughing it. So
Oh yeah,
hopefully it's a good time.
it's a big
I've never seen something like that before myself, so it's gonna be a new
yeah.
experience for me as well.
It's definitely a huge difference. I know I haven't seen many refs get shot in MagFed events. Honestly, I've been to a couple of MagFed events. People are pretty organized and pretty straightforward in the MagFed events. I actually shot one guy by accident, but he actually ran right into the shot. I was shooting a guy who was hiding behind a container. I'm not gonna lie, I mostly aim for headshots only, but this guy was lucky to get shot in his neck. But
Oof.
yeah, the ref got shot in his head, man, and he just domed out. Like he was like, "Oh, I need to take a little break. I need like 23 minutes, whatever." And I was like, "Damn, man, you good?" I apologize for that, because he kind of was trying to check him at the wrong time, as because it was a big fight going on. It was a
Yeah.
big, huge field. So things happen, of course, but I apologize to him. He's like, "Nah, man, it's my fault. I should just waited." But just trying to hurry up and check him, but it's my fault. I said, "Oh man, I felt guilty about it," but both apologize. We'll talk about that after that. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's gonna be a challenge for you. I feel like definitely gonna be a huge
uh,
challenge, man. Some people, man, go crazy on that field playing MagFed. Um, there's a lot of teams coming out, so I haven't got a chance to meet some of them, but
hmm.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be dope. Some of them I have met on my podcast, so I can't wait for that to happen and just have a great time. I should be there next Friday actually, because I'll be camping
Okay.
out.
If I'm
Yeah.
there, please don't shoot me.
But no, man, it was great having you on my podcast, man. Oh, I also do this with everyone. Right now, I'm in the process of working on my T-shirts. Because I have my own clothing line. I do designs. I do also pictures. This is actually me. MagFed Meetup, July 2nd, actually. And this was
Oh,
taken by Alex, I believe, the photo shoot guy.
Alex. Hopefully he's there for your event taking pictures because that's gonna be sick.
I
His
hope so
pictures are
too,
so
man.
good. His
Yeah, I
pictures are
hope so
so
too.
good.
Yeah, so I'm definitely working on. I'm trying to work on something right now to the point where I can get these more made out. Um,
Hmm.
right now, I just have my picture on it, but I'm trying to see if I can get other people's picture on it. Anyone that wants to get a shirt, but it's gonna
Hmm.
be hard because a lot of time people graphics don't come out how it should come out. Like mine came out perfect. I'm
Yeah.
surprised, but that's something that I'm working on right now. I'm looking to sell these actually in August. I want to say probably mid or late August. So we'll see. But I definitely want to give you a shirt, man. I feel like you're a great guy, man, and this will definitely Airsoft would definitely love this if they was to see this from you, and it would definitely bring people my way. So I would love that a lot. So yeah, I'll give you a free shirt. Only thing I'm gonna ask is just text me your size. Text me what you want on there, as in like name wise. If you have a
Hmm.
picture that you do for Airsoft, send it my way. I'll put it on the shirt. I try to give it to you, like I said, maybe mid August. That's what I'm hoping for. I
Yep.
have more materials coming in this week and next week, and I also have a business card that I'll give to you as well that you can share with other people as well.
Okay. Yeah. And if you ever want to come play airsoft one day, just shoot me a text or something, and I'll bring a gun for you. You can use. So you don't have to use one of
Yeah,
the
I'm
rentals
thinking
we have.
about it, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely thinking about that. Now you're starting to catch me with this airsoft, man. I don't want to play MagFed paintball, but I think I'm gonna try it one time, man. I might like it, I might not, who knows? But I move very technical. I am a leader, So I'm gonna give it a try. Honestly, I
Yeah.
will.
Like I tried paintball. I definitely had a good time. I definitely don't see myself. I'm gonna do it again for sure. I'm gonna probably try MagFed, see if Garcia can get me in with something. But I definitely try and undabble in every single field, so that way I can't just be like, oh no, I don't like paintball. Oh no, I don't like MagFed when I haven't even tried it myself. I don't
Well,
know why
if you
people do
come,
that all the time. They knock it before they try
yeah,
it.
yeah. If you come to MacFit, come to me. I got all the guns for you.
Yo, if
I
I
have
see
it.
you, I will for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, this gun right here, I will definitely give to you to use for a day. This is actually the AK kit for the MG100. It shoots smooth. I have a box for it and everything. You will love it. I guarantee you. You will
Bet.
definitely love it. So if you ever want to play MagFed, come to me. Trust me. We're gonna talk. We're gonna be out there. You're gonna love it, enjoy it. You won't regret it.
All right. Well, look forward to seeing you out there then.
Yes, sir. Other than that, man, like I said, it was great to have you. Let's definitely run it back. I don't know when, because I think I'm probably gonna be booked up these next 2 weeks. But let's run it back soon.
For sure. I am actually going to a Milsim event this Saturday, actually. 12-hour
Nice.
op. Yeah, maybe next topic we could actually talk about Milsim operations because that's definitely a different topic for another time. But yeah, we're going to a 12-hour op. Hopefully I can get a good picture from there, maybe send that your way
Yeah,
for that. But I'm hoping I'm have a good time there. I'm hoping to have a good
yeah,
time.
yeah, man. Definitely. I love stories. I love hearing a lot about the Milsom, man. I want to get into it so bad. I've seen so many videos from paintball and airsoft. It is dope. I mean, the movie of it is great. Like I've seen
Yeah,
guys make movies out of these things. It's like, yo, that's like it looked mad real, but it looks mad fun at the same time. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna definitely get into that, man. I hit you up about that. I definitely want to get involved. Honestly, I really do. I think that would help me a lot with my craft and what I'm doing. And
Hmm.
I'm also a people person, so I love people. Of course, I love being around all kind of people, man. So I would definitely love to be in that craft too.
All right, yeah. Our Milsims definitely bring in a large crowd generally. Most like these big events. Like I think ours is gonna have 200 people
Nice.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's some events that have 600 plus people. I know paintball can get up there too, but for airsoft we
Yeah.
don't like to have too many people in an enclosed
Yeah.
space. It gets a little out of control. But
Yeah. You
yeah,
guys be having. You guys be having. I will say about airsoft. You guys have the numbers. You guys have a lot of numbers in airsoft. I will say that, and I have seen my own eyes. I mean, I've seen maybe 400, 500 people at airsoft events or more, and it's like, man, they come
mhm,
packed and ready. Like
yep,
these guys don't even play around when it comes to airsoft. They have everything on and they're out on the field.
yep. We
And
ain't there to mess around. We're there to have a good time. We're there to kick some ass. That's how it is.
oh man, you got me really wanting to get into airsoft, man. That's crazy. Oh man, actually, there's a few guys that they used to play Mac paintball. They actually stopped because they felt like it was too much going on. Dumb stuff. It was hot, and it's cheaters in Mac. Oh, it's cheaters everywhere, but
Yeah,
they was getting cheated out a lot of their shots. So went to airsoft and they never looked back. Yeah,
that's
they
interesting.
never looked back. And the crazy part is they tried to drag me into it. They want me to come to airsoft. I'm like, no, man. I really can't, man. I wanted to, but it's like, man, right? I just can't. I'm just trying to slow down in MagFed paintball right now. I'm just now slowing down MagFed paintball, but I told them, man, I'll think about it. But other than that, I might give it a try once or twice. Who knows?
Yeah. I would say this for not even just you, for anybody watching. Just like if you're ever on the fence about it, just give it a try. Ain't gonna kill you,
Yeah,
and not gonna kill you.
yeah. Other than that, bro, man, that's it.
All right. Well then,
Let's definitely
take
stay in
it easy.
contact, and I'll definitely see you next Friday.
All right. Then I'll see you.
All right, brother. Stay frosty.
You too.